What's going on, guys? Welcome to another Doctor Who collection update. Today we're doing the collection update for February 2019. This video is going out and I'm recording it a bit later than I was hoping. I was hoping to do this about a week ago, or at least on Monday, but it's now Friday. The main reason is because I've been waiting for some DVDs to arrive. There's a bit of an annoying thing with postage. Basically, I bought a bunch of these classic DVDs. They sent my box set off the day after I bought them. They sent the other 4 DVDs I got, because I got 6 DVDs all up this month, if you count the box sets too. They sent them like 5 days later, and then they didn't get here until like a week and a half later than the other ones. So I've been really waiting for them. I think, you know, I'm gonna have to start ordering my DVDs a little bit earlier in the month. I mean, it is also because, you know, February is a shorter month, so I suppose that I didn't really take into account with that too much. But yeah, anyway, we're gonna get into this today. We've got mainly DVDs today, which is always the case, but I think this time more than last time, it's more DVDs. So we start off, we're gonna do these in chronological order, with actually my box set for the month, which is The Rescue and the Romans. So I actually talked about this box set in my video last month, my collection update for January, because I talked about when I got the Mara Tales box set, how I did originally have that and this box set in Region 4, but now I've got them both in Region 2, so yeah, Rescue and the Romans, I have seen these 2 stories before. It's a very nice box art there, by the way, really like that. I'll get them out. So these are both pretty good stories. They're actually the first 2 William Hartnell First Doctor stories I ever saw. So The Rescue is actually only a 2-part story, but it's the introduction for Vicky, who was the new companion to replace Susan after her departure in the Dalek invasion of Earth. You know, it's actually a pretty good story. It's probably one of the best 2-parters. It's definitely better than Edge of Destruction in my opinion. The only other one I think I've seen is Tyrunt Experiment. That one was pretty good, but I think it's on a pretty similar level to that. This is actually a really fun story with a very nice twist towards the end. And then you've got The Romans, which is, I believe, a 4-parter? Yep, 90, whatever is that, 97 minutes? Yeah, that's a 4-parter. It's actually a bit of a comedic story, something that you didn't really get too much with the William Hartnell era especially. But yeah, it's a bit of a comedy story, a little bit funny, a pure historical, which is interesting. It's the only pure historical I've ever seen, actually. And yeah, this one's actually really good. It's probably my favourite Hartnell. I'm gonna, you know, determine that when I review it. Yeah, this is a really good story. It's something that it's just fun, funny, and just a really interesting story as well. I do quite like that. It gives the companions quite a lot to do as well, which I very much appreciate. Then we go to a second Doctor story. Got a second Doctor story this month. I decided to get the Web of Fear. So this is an interesting one. It basically came out around about the same time as The Enemy of the World, which I already have. It is, I believe, a 6-parter. Yeah, it would be a 6-part story. I think 1 episode is not with us, and they haven't animated it, sadly. I believe it's a you know, like a telesnap reconstruction, which I haven't actually watched any of those yet. There's not many of them. I think it's only really this one and Underwater Menace, I think. Is the Ice? No, the Ice Warriors, I think, is animated. But yeah, there is a telesnap episode in this from what I remember, so I'm kind of not looking forward to watching that because they're not known as being great. Apparently, though, this is a really good story. It's up there with Enemy of the World. Some people, though, they either love Enemy of the World, don't really, are kind of like okay with this one, or the opposite way around. So I really liked Enemy of the World. I'm interested to see whether I'll really like this one as well, or if, like a lot of people, I'll be like, it's alright, but it's not as good, you know? So yeah, I'm interested to watch that one. I just wanted another Troughton, so I got that. Next up, we've got The Ambassadors of Death. Yeah, another one that I haven't seen. By the way, out of all these DVDs, The Rescue and the Romans are the only ones that I've seen, so that makes a difference from last month where I'd seen pretty much all of them apart from 1, I think. Yeah, Ambassadors of Death, 3rd episode of Season 7, which means that now all I have to do is get Inferno, and then I completed Season 7, which is pretty cool. And yeah, I haven't seen this one before. I'm interested in it. A lot of people say, most people say it's the weakest of Season 7, but from what I've heard, that's still not a bad thing because Season 7 is a tremendous season. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to watching this one. It's another one of those 7-parters because, you know, they were all like that in Season 7 apart from Spared from Space. So I'm a bit worried that it's going to drag a bit, when I've heard that that does happen quite a bit, but yeah, I'm still looking forward to watching it. Next up, we've got another John Pertwee actually. I don't know, I just felt like getting a lot of John Pertwee this month. Planet of Spiders, Planet of the Spiders. Yeah, it's John Pertwee's final story, the regeneration story. I believe it's the last regeneration story I need to get, because Twin Dilemma and Time in the Rani, Twin Dilemma obviously is. Time in the Rani though, although the Doctor does regenerate at the start of that story, I don't call that a regeneration story, that's a post-regeneration story. So, yeah, I think this is the last story I needed to get, and then I've seen all the regeneration stories, so, that's pretty the main reason I got it. From what I've heard, it is actually one of John Pertwee's weaker stories. Apparently the spiders aren't great. I think the story's decent though, so yeah, I'm interested in watching that one. And then the final classic story I got this month was Nightmare of Eden. So interestingly, this isn't a story that I was really interested in getting that much. However, in my collection update for January, I said to you guys, you know, I asked you guys what stories do you want me to get, and somebody suggested Nightmare of Eden. It was the only suggestion I got, so I thought, why not? Why not? I was going to get a single Tom Baker story this month anyway, and I wasn't sure which one to get. So even though it's not classified as the greatest story, the guy that commented really liked it, so I'm interested to see what I can get out of it. I'm not, you know, I'm not putting my hopes too high, because I mean, let's be honest, these guys look a bit weird. And this is, you know, season 17 going into 18, so not the best territory for Doctor Who. But yeah, I mean, I'm definitely interested in watching this one. Probably be a while till I get to it though. Alright, so that's the end of the classic DVDs, but I actually have some new series DVDs this month as well. So, two to be exact. To start off with, we've got Twice Upon a Time. I didn't have this on DVD. I had Series 10, but I didn't get Twice Upon a Time because I was kind of hesitant. I was thinking, it might be on the Series 11 box set. I was pretty certain it wasn't going to be, and of course it wasn't. But I was hesitant to get it before the Series 11 box set came out. So when the Series 11 box set did come out, and they said, nah, it's not on there, I thought I'd get it. It's the same story that I'm going to have with the Resolution. I won't get Resolution until the Series 12 box set, because it might, in that case, probably will be on the Series 12 box set. I'd be a bit confused if it wasn't. But yeah, Twice Upon a Time, Peter Capaldi's final story. It's not my favourite story in the world. It's probably one of his best Christmas specials, but it's still not a great story. I mean, you've got David Bradley as the first Doctor and all that, but yeah, it's alright. It's just kind of there to complete the collection more than anything. And then, as I just shove Nightmare of Eden off my bed behind me, we have the complete 11th series. So yeah, I got Series 11. I wasn't going to get this, you know, the Steelbook or anything, because one, it wouldn't look as good on my shelf, and two, it was more money, and I don't want to spend that much money on Series 11 personally. Yeah, if you guys know, Series 11 wasn't my favourite series. I don't think it's my least favourite series of the new series, but it's definitely in the bottom, I'd say it's definitely in the bottom 3. So it's not my favourite series. I just don't think it really flowed that well. There wasn't any overarching thing that I was that interested in. None of the stories are outstanding, but no matter how bad it was, I was still going to get it on DVD. So yeah, I'm a bit annoyed that they kind of, I mean, this is a very nice DVD, let me just say that, and I do actually have the slipcover for it, which just looks exactly the same as this. I should have actually put that on before I did this, but whatever, it's basically just the exact same as this, but a slipcover. I am pretty annoyed that they didn't keep the episode list on the back. All the other DVDs have had that, series 1 to 10. Why they got rid of that, I don't know. But I mean, just this DVD does look very nice. The spine's a bit annoying because it says the complete 11th series, but it's really small compared to all the other text on the other DVDs, so that's a bit annoying. But yeah, a really nice looking DVD. Sadly, for the Region 4 release anyway, because this is a Region 4, the discs are very boring. They're just completely blank, which is really disappointing. So lazy. Thanks, Australia. But yeah, it's nice to have this series, I suppose. Alright, so the final thing for this month is a action figure set, a figure set. Now I only got one this month because there was another one that didn't work out. I didn't end up getting it because I didn't have any in stock. But the one that I did get was the Fourth Doctor and the Genesis Dalek. Now, if you remember last month, I said that I actually bid on this set and I lost. Well, another seller was selling it, the same seller that I bought the Tomb Cybermen and Second Doctor set from. So I thought, great, and it was actually cheaper than when I saw it before, so I'm kind of glad in a lot of ways that I didn't win it before. So I mean, let's have a look at the Fourth Doctor first of all. I do already have a Fourth Doctor. I already had this Fourth Doctor, the one from the 11th Doctor set. In some ways I prefer this one, in some ways I prefer this one. I think the cloak, like the you know, the jacket is nicer on this one. It's much more detailed and nicer. But at the same time, I think the face is a bit better on this one. In this one he looks a bit loony, which I suppose does go with Tom Baker quite well, but I mean, he does look a bit crazy in this one. But yeah, this figure, really nice. I like the kind of weathered, you know, dirty boots and pants he's got on. And it is a really nice figure to have. It also gives me another sonic screwdriver, which is good because I'm always losing those. So let's put him back there. But then we've got the main thing of the set, which is the Genesis Dalek. Now this, when you get this set, the gun is not attached. It is supposed to be a prop so that the Doctor can hold it like he does in the episode, but I put it straight to the Dalek because I didn't really want to have him holding it. I'd rather have the Dalek with the gun, and this is a really cool looking Dalek. I like it very much. Very simple, very basic, but it is just a very iconic Dalek, and just a really cool one. Yeah, I really like the Genesis Daleks. I think they're very nice. Alright, so something I thought I'd start doing at the end of videos, these collection update videos, was showing you how the additions this month have affected the collection. So starting off with the DVDs, as you can see up here, we've got The Rescue and the Romans, which actually gives me quite a lot for Season 2 now, which is pretty cool. You've got The Web of Fear in there was in Season 5. The Ambassadors of Death has almost completed Season 7 for me. Planet of the Spiders has gave me another story for Season 11. We go over here for Nightmare of Eden, which gives me my second story for Season 17. And then, as you can see, Peter Davison and Colin Baker have now slid onto the second shelf. Classic collection is starting to grow a decent amount now. Then through the new series, of course, here we've got Twice Upon a Time, and then the complete 11th series box set, the Rescue the Romans box set sitting there. That's the rest of that stuff there. And then also we'll have a look at my figures, which you guys haven't really seen at all, I don't think. I don't think I've ever really shown off the figures. Basically though, I have my new series ones up here, if you want to have a quick look. I will do a figure video in the hopefully fairly near future. And then my classic ones are down here, which I don't have many of at the moment. As you can see, we've got the Fourth Doctor and the Dalek there. And then just some, you know, other figures there, you know, like duplicates of Doctors and stuff. So yeah, that is my collection for February 2019. What things do you guys want to see me collect? Are there any specific Doctor Who classic stories you want to see me get for the near future? Any figures you would recommend? Anything like that, please tell me in the comments below. Make sure you guys go and check out my Twitter. The link will be in the description. And I'll see you guys in the next video.